Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to Let's Talk Football. Welcome back to a brand new video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, press the notification bell for all the future drops. Leave a comment below. And shout out to everybody that's been viewing the channel, man. Shout out to everybody that's been supporting the channel. This is your weekend review. Hey, we had some crazy results this past weekend, right? Let's start with the Carling Cup. Carling knockout, ne? And basically I'm just gonna cover the big three in our local football, right? And I'll upload the quarterfinal fixtures. You'll see them right after this, yeah. So we're gonna start with, we saw Orlando Pirates on Saturday play first. And we got our first shocker of the weekend. Pirates losing to Magesi 3-2, with the newly promoted team going 3-0 up in the first half. Hey guys, honestly, and this goes back to what I've been saying in my previous videos, right? Orlando Pirates doesn't have that much depth. They have a good starting lineup, right? But if they start missing a couple of key players, it becomes a problem. And this is what we saw this weekend, right? We saw they didn't have Olisanda in the center back position. Their midfield that they usually play with, Mbata, Masangai, and who's this? Makaula. Those three didn't play this weekend, right? They brought on Masangai in the second half. The game was gone by then. But overall, guys, I think this is gonna be a problem for Orlando Pirates going forward throughout the season, right? They need some depth in the squad. They need everybody to perform at the highest level. If they're gonna have to rest some players, or to substitute other players, they're gonna have to bring on players that are gonna play at the same level as the other players, right? They lost 3-2, didn't even go to extra time. They actually came back into the game in the later stage of the game, around Boma 75 minutes. That's where we saw them trying to pick up, trying to get those goals in, but it was too late for them to equalize and maybe get cover in the game. Moving on to that, we saw Kaizer Chiefs winning 4-0 against SuperSport. SuperSport has been very disappointing so far this season. I don't know what's happening in Given Hans' camp, because he has made some signings that I thought were gonna elevate the team, right? But I don't see any improvements, and I honestly think they're getting even worse. On the other side, on the Kaizer Chiefs side, Chiefs had a proper game. And if we're being honest, we actually started to see what the Kaizer Chiefs coach is trying to do. We can see that the type of football Nabi is trying to play, right? And I must give them props, man. They really played well. Well-deserved win. But I think they have the same problem that Pirates have, right? Without Gaston Serino, I think they're gonna have problems creating chances, because with Serino on the pitch, he's like the lifeline for Kaizer Chiefs, right? He creates chances, he makes things happen. If you check the first goal they scored, basically the game was balanced. There was nothing happening in that game. Chiefs were not getting any opportunities. And then Serino came to life, picked up the ball in the midfield, drove towards the defense of SuperSport, and created a chance for himself. Besides him doing that, I think they were gonna find it hard to break down SuperSport, and I hope the season doesn't depend on one player for Kaizer Chiefs. I hope some players step up, so even if Serino is not playing, or even if he's not having a good game, other players can pick up where he left off, right? But overall, shout out to Kaizer Chiefs for winning 4-0. And then moving to my boys, Kabuyelo. Mamelodi Sundowns thrashing Amazulu 5-0. As expected, I expected Sundowns to dominate the game, which we did. Wasn't expecting this high score. I thought maybe we could win Boma 2-3-0, but hey man, they went for 5. Overall, great performance. Happy to see Mtobi Mvala back in the team. Happy to see Tebza back in the team. You know, and individually we had some top individual performances. And I'm gonna start by defensively we look good. Our defense was solid. Tapelo Moreno was the standout player in the right back position, bombing forward every chance he got, and he was basically our outlet. When we played the long balls behind the defense, Tapelo was there and he was killing golden arrows with his pace. To the midfield, Lebza is on another level, and I think if he has an injury-free season, we're gonna see the best of Leba Mabu in that midfield. We played with Riva, Lebza, and Allende. There was our starting midfield, right? And Riva is the system, bro. He basically runs everything runs through Rivaldo Gautier. And who's this? Leba Mabu, man. We have to talk about Lebza. Lebza so far this season has been putting out top performances, and he's been under the radar. Not many people notice what he has been doing so far, and I must say, man, I'm very happy with Lebza. He looks super fit so far, and I just hope he's gonna be playing at this levels consistently throughout the season. And the front three of Mamelodi Sundowns is just deadly, man. Game by game, we see them getting used to each other. Ribeiro Costa dropping into the 10 position, that playmaker position, right? And Tempazon being injured, I think this is Costa's season. He might be our most important player in the squad. And you saw with the performance this weekend, and it's not just only this weekend, right? The passes he makes, the runs he makes. Basically, he's our playmaker, man, and I'm happy that he's starting to connect with Reines and Matthews. Tashrik Matthews is another player that we should be looking out for. I think after a couple of games, if he keeps this level, he might be getting that call into Bafana. He might just be getting that call. But otherwise, top performance. Peter came off the bench and got his goal finally. We've been waiting for Peter to put the ball into the net. His confidence has been low, so I hope this goal helps him get back into his rhythm. I hope he gets back to scoring form, because we need him. Some games we're gonna have to rest Reines. Some games we're gonna need Peter up front because of his physicality, but he needs to put the ball into the net. And don't get me wrong, Peter has been performing well when he's given minutes, right? But he hasn't been scoring as much as we know that he can. So at least this weekend he got a goal, and I'm hoping that he will pick it up from here. I hope that he will start building some momentum and getting more goals, because we need that. We need goals from him more than anything, right? So the subs that we made was Peter, which we gotta go. Oh, and who's this kid? Letlaku. Lukaku from the MDC. He got some minutes, first touch, scored our 5th goal. He has a nice left foot. The kid has a nice left foot. I saw him in the, I think it was under 20 national team, yeah. I think it was under 20s. I saw him there. He has a nice left foot. Got in the last 10 minutes or so. First touch, got his goal. Another sub that we made was Tibbs. Tibbs are finally getting minutes. Tebum are finally getting minutes in a Sundowns jersey after all that happened. So I think right now he's back and he's going to be part of the team. I think from here on he's going to be playing. I just hope that his mind is in a good state. I hope that he's going to focus now. Yeah, but overall, man, happy with the performance. We don't have any injuries that we can complain about besides Tembazwani. So I think the squad is looking good. And we before we move on, the last 8 of the Carling Cup. The last 8 we're seeing, we're gonna be seeing I think the standard fixture in the last 8 is Sundowns versus Kaizer Chiefs, right? I just wanna bring up the fixtures. Yeah, so the quarterfinals for the Carling Cup, we have Richards Bay playing Cape Town City, Kaizer Chiefs versus Mamelodi Sundowns, TS Galaxy versus Magesi, and Marumo Gallants versus Stellenbosch. Well, I think the big fixture in the last 8 is Kaizer Chiefs versus Sundowns. So we're gonna see. It's gonna be at FNB Stadium. We're gonna see how that goes. I don't think the dates are out yet, but hey man, I'll keep you posted when that happens. Moving on to the Premier League, guys. Like I said, in the preview, the weekend preview, I did say this weekend we're gonna get shockers, right? Orlando Pirates was the first shocker, and then Arsenal lost. Arsenal lost to Bournemouth 2-0 after who got the red? Arsenal had a player that got sent off. Arsenal got a player sent off. Who got a red card? But anyway, they lost 2-0, right? And Saliba got a red card, stopping a goal opportunity. He pulled the player that was through to on goal and just pulled that player, so we got a red card. City struggled, and I called it. I did say go check out the weekend preview. If you're watching this, please go check the weekend preview. I did say City tend to struggle at Wolves, and it was the case. They almost lost that game, or even, okay, they almost drew the game, but if I'm being honest, if it was another team against City, City would probably have lost that game. Otherwise, they had a very tough game at Wolves, winning 2-1, John Stones scoring the winner in like the 80-something minute. The game was practically gone by then. John Stones won it for them at the dying moments of the game at that time. And then the big one for the weekend was Liverpool versus Chelsea. Oh, Blues. Maresca ball dropped points this weekend. We lost to Liverpool this weekend. But I must say, man, I'm happy with the performance, right? you can't fault the players for that performance. We looked like a competitive team, right? Liverpool didn't have an easy game playing against us. We controlled majority of the game. I think the advantage to Liverpool's side was that they were just efficient. Firstly, it was the mistake that we made, that we did it to ourselves. The penalty that we conceded, we did it to ourselves. Cornwall shouldn't be doing that, bro. You can't just be turning and putting your leg without even looking inside your own box. So basically it was Chelsea shooting themselves in the foot. And then we got the equalizer through Jackson, right? Which I must say, prop to Jackson. He didn't need many opportunities. He just got one chance and then he put it into the net, which I want from my strikers, right? I've been saying and I've been calling him out in some instances that I hope he doesn't need many chances to score, because a top striker at the top team in the Premier League needs to take any chance that comes his way. He shouldn't take 5 chances for you to score, right? More especially in big games and very important games. And Jackson yesterday, the problem was he was against big centre backs, right? So he couldn't play with physicality. He had to be smart. The goal that he scored, he took like a good turn, made the correct run at the right time to be onside. The through ball from Caicedo was just wonderful, and then Jackson finished it perfectly. 1-1, but here comes the Chelsea problem again. Our defense. Hey, bro. If you want to be a top 4 team, and if you want to compete, we have to get a world-class defender and a goalkeeper, because we can't really rely on Sanchez. Sanchez, he's part of the problem. He's part of the problem. For the way that Maresca wants to play with a goalkeeper that's good on his feet, Sanchez has not shown that he can play like that. Basically, when he gets the ball, we get nervous because he might lose the ball. He might pass the opponent, like what happened in the Brighton game. The 2 goals were on him. Yesterday, okay, the penalty, we can't fault him, but the second goal, right? Mo Salah puts in a crazy through ball. Not taking anything away from Salah with that pass. That was world class from him. But Jones getting the ball. Firstly, the defense was sleeping. I don't know if they were trying to play an offside trap or something, but they didn't do anything to press the ball or to mark players that are running off the ball. Jones went through with nobody tracking him. But here's the problem I have with Sanchez, right? Jones coming out and taking the pass from Salah. As a goalkeeper, one-on-one, you have to make yourself big in front of the defender, in front of the striker, right? Make yourself big so you can't see the goals. Sanchez just went there and threw himself in front of the kid. Didn't try to block the ball in any way. And I think that cost us the second goal. What's worse is that we were just getting back into the game. We just equalized. But hey, man, overall, man, I can't complain, man. I was happy with the performance. Firstly, I was shocked with Chris James starting the game and Romeo Lavia starting the game. But Reece, it became visible later on in the game that he comes from injury. He's not match fit, right? You could see as time went on, they could play balls behind him and he just couldn't catch up. I think it's because of lack of match fitness. He hasn't been playing for the longest of time. So I hope as time goes on, Reece will get the minutes he needs and he'll get back to form. But I'm happy that he's back and I'm happy that we don't have any injury scares. Lavia was just top class, man. Lavia, man. And he's the other player that I'm hoping doesn't get injured. He plays throughout the season, because once he gets more minutes under his belt, I think Lavia is gonna be a problem in the midfield, and it's either Enzo's gonna is gonna be playing from the bench, or something has to give. Something has to be done. With the substitutions, right? So Maresca took off Rich James and brought in Renato Vega, and then Vega went to the left back. Malo Gusto went to the right because Malo started in the left back position. They took off Rich James and took Malo Gusto to the right back, with Renato Vega playing left back. And then in the midfield, he took off Lavia for Enzo Fernandez, which it was a change. I was expecting Enzo to start the game, right? But seeing Lavia playing that way, I think Enzo is gonna have a problem being in the starting lineup. Once this guy is fit and is playing, he's getting minutes and playing week in, week out, I don't think Enzo is gonna be playing in the Premier League, or he's gonna be starting games in the Premier League. And then who else came on? Or they took off Sancho. Sancho was a bit quiet in that game. So as Cole Palmer. Cole tried to put himself back into the game. I saw him dropping in deep, trying to collect those balls in the deep. But overall, they had like 2-3 players on him, so he couldn't do much, couldn't get much space. And I think that was a chance for players like Noni Madueke or Sancho to step up, which Madueke, in the first half he tried. Actually, he was running against like who was the left back for Liverpool. Can't even remember who played left back, but Noni was constantly going against that Liverpool left back, right? On our right hand side, Sancho was Sancho man. I think Sancho, I don't know if it's a confidence thing or I don't know, but I think he should be more confident when he has the ball on his feet. Like, take on players, man. That's why we brought you to Chelsea, to take on these players, create opportunities, which you couldn't do much in the Liverpool game. But otherwise, man, the overall performance, I'm happy, can't complain. The loss, the result is what I think it's not a fair reflection of the game, but it's cool. We'll bounce back, because I think we're gonna be playing like this the whole season. We just have to fix the defense, because going forward, we know how we want to play. We see how we want to play. So I just hope that we fix this. And then moving on to Barcelona. Barcelona has a big week coming up. This is the biggest week we have in so far this season, right? Under Hansi Flick, this is gonna be his biggest week as a Barca coach so far. Started off well yesterday with a win against Sevilla, 5-1. Top performance. Expected them to beat them convincingly, and that's what we did. We saw Gavi coming back, getting some minutes. That was one thing that put a smile on most Barca fans last night. Seeing Petri putting on the armband on Gavi, and Gavi coming on for a couple of minutes after a year of injury. It's been a year since we saw Gavi play, man. So I was happy to see him. Lewandowski getting a brace. Oh, guys, I think we need to talk about Pablo Torre. Pablo Torre is a star, man. I think, unfortunately, we have other players ahead of him, because we have Petri, we have Rafinha, we have Dani Olmo, and those are world-class players ahead of him. But I hope Barcelona, we don't lose that guy, man. That kid is a star. That kid is a star. Came off the bench yesterday, scored a brace. Lewandowski got a brace for himself too. Petri scoring a banger. And Barca winning 5. Ansu Fati started the game yesterday. And it was just because of Eric Garcia getting injured in the warm-up. So Eric Garcia was supposed to start that game. So because he got injured during the warm-up before the game started, Flick put on Fati on the left and moved Rafinha into the 10 position. Petri dropped into the double pivot with Marc Casado. And overall, I'm still happy with Barca. Just want to see what happens in the Champions League against Bayern. Might drop a video after the game on Wednesday. And then we have the Clásico coming up the following week. No, actually, yeah, the next weekend. Next Saturday, we have the Clásico coming up. So, yeah, man, that's a wrap for me. That's all that's been happening. And I hope you all enjoyed the weekend football. Looking forward to the Champions League this weekend. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Press the notification bell for all the future drops. Leave a like, leave a comment below. And yeah, man, shout out to you for watching. We out.